Hello everyone, I am Zach from the Yo Bro Gaming and Reviews channel, and today is Royal Rumble Sunday. So I want to talk about the Royal Rumble match. So what I'm about to do for you guys is a little treat, a little preview to the Rumble, and I have a little treat to go with it to add to that. Sounds a little, whatever. Royal Rumble preview and prediction, and my top 10 Royal Rumble matches of all time. So let's get into the Rumble itself that happens tonight. I'll be watching it on the WWE Network, and there's a slew of matches. By far, this is not the greatest Rumble ever, but it does have some intriguing factors that are going along with it. Let's start with the kickoff match. That will take place on the WWE Network before the show starts, and it's got a fatal four-way tag team match. The winning team is going to be entered into the Royal Rumble. You've got the Dudley Boys, the Ascension, Mark Henry and Jack Swagger, and Darren Young and Damien Sandow. Sorry. Who put these fucking teams together? Like, for real, man. I don't know why this match is happening. I just looked all this stuff up to kind of get prepped for this. And I mean, no one's going to watch this. Everyone wants to see the actual Rumble match. No one's going to really care. So I'm not going to really talk about it very much, but it will be on the preview before the Rumble itself starts. So let's go to the actual card itself. First up, you're going to have, let me look at this, the Tag Team Championship match. The New Day defending against the Usos. Look, I used to like the Usos, and here lately, they're getting on my nerves. I don't know if it's because they're The Rock's cousins or because Roman Reigns getting his push, so they feel like they need to get pushed. But I don't see why the Usos are getting this tag team title match. It makes absolute no sense to me, and I don't think it makes sense to a lot of people because they didn't do anything to deserve it. They won Tag Team of the Year at the Slammies after one of them being gone for 9 months with an injury and the other one on commentary and wrestling on Main Event and Superstars. Really, it makes no sense to me, and it frustrates me when you had the Lucha Dragons, who could have been in this, and we'll get to Kalisto here in a minute, and you have the Ascension, who, if booked right, could be a great team. And you have Harper and Rowan, or you could switch out Braun Strowman, and you have so many different teams that you could work with. And as was pointed out in a video I watched, look at the teams on the NXT roster that could be brought up and to work in this division. But you're getting just the two teams, Usos versus the New Day, and I'm going to pick the New Day to win this match. If they don't, it's a farce, and it's pointless, and it has no reason to freaking happen, okay? But I'm going to move on. I'm not going to harp on this one. The Intercontinental Championship match. It's a last man standing match. This match, I am very, very looking forward to. And it's Dean Ambrose defending his Intercontinental Championship against Kevin Owens. And what makes this match so intriguing is the fact that they are actually fighting over the Intercontinental Championship. Now, when this feud first started, it was popcorn and soda to the face, and you didn't really see why they were doing it. But now they've actually got it to a place where it's interesting. And you see the Kevin Owens that you wanted to see, the Kevin Owens that you saw back in NXT, you're seeing that now. And Dean Ambrose, and the few times they have shot interviews and talked about each other, has been wonderful. This by far is the most interesting of all the matches that is set for this pay-per-view. I will say who I would like to win this. I would like to see Dean Ambrose win and to keep the title at least for a little bit longer. I think he'll end up in the feud with Chris Jericho at Mania, but I've been wrong before. But I think it is also right to put the title back on Kevin Owens. And if you don't do it at this point, do it at Fastlane. That'll give you a chance to set up maybe Jericho interferes, something to get Jericho and him on the way. And then you have two options with Kevin Owens going into Mania. You can either set up that Sami Zayn feud, which they probably won't because Sami's most likely going to be the next NXT champion, or, as others have stated, and I totally agree with them, Daniel freaking Bryan, bring him back and let him and Kevin Owens go at it for that belt. He never lost it, so put him in it. It's logical, and I really don't see anything else with this. As thin as the roster is, you can't put him against The Undertaker. I don't think he's built up enough, and you can't legit seeing him being able to beat Brock Lesnar because Brock is a beast, and I think they're heading towards a Brock Lesnar Bray Wyatt feud, which I'd be okay with. So for me this way, yeah, either guy could win. I'll say Ambrose, and probably at Fastlane Owens will get the belt. Or you know what? Better, who knows? It could end up in a draw. I heard that from a few people as well, and it could very well go that way. So now, jumping to the next match, the United States Championship match with Alberto Del Rio. I don't roll the tongue. I'm not that skilled. Or maybe I am. Against Kalisto. Kalisto won the U.S. title and then lost it on SmackDown. I don't see the point in why that happened. I don't really care about this match. I'm sure it will be a good match, but I don't care. I honestly, I don't. There's no point in Del Rio dropping the belt again, so I'm going to say Del Rio's going to win this match, and if they do put it back on Kalisto, you better give him a run with it. Let him go. Let him do his thing. You're talking about you need a Latin star, and you're looking for the next Rey Mysterio. Let Kalisto go. Kalisto is great. He's really good at what he does. Let him at it. But Del Rio will probably win this match because there's no... I don't see any other reason. I don't see any other course of action that you could take. So I'm going to move on to another match that I also find very interesting, and that is the Divas Championship match. You got Charlotte defending her title with her father, Ric Flair, the glory hog that he is. I love him. 2-time Hall of Famer, 16-time world champ. I get all that. But he's a glory hog, even when it comes to his own daughter. And she's facing Becky Lynch, who, my God, has been on fire. Someone told her, hey, guess what? We're putting you up against Charlotte. You're going to go for the title, and it's going to come up, and it's going to happen at the Rumble. And her mic work has improved greatly. Her in-ring work, I haven't seen it any better than it has since NXT, probably. Sorry, my mouth's getting a little dry. It's getting a little hard to talk. And this is another simplified match. Becky feels betrayed. She wants to be the women's champion. And that's the way I guess she feels that she can best get back at Charlotte for doing the things that Charlotte promised she'd never do. And that was cheat to win. And even on her, who she said was her best friend. So now you have these two pitted in a match that I think will be probably the second best match of the night. You got two women who you know when they were in NXT could go. And had classic matchups, with Sasha Banks and with Bayley involved. It's going to be a fantastic match. I just know it will be. And I very, very much look forward to this. I'm sorry. Again, my mouth's dry. I'm excited about tonight as far as those few matches. But now, there's another match that's happening tonight. And that is the 30-man, as they've dubbed it, the one versus all Royal Rumble match for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. Now, here's what we do know. We do know Brock Lesnar, Chris Jericho, Bray Wyatt and the rest of the Wyatt family, Roman Reigns, who will enter number 1. I wrote this down. We have Dolph Ziggler and a few others who are confirmed for this match. We don't know who's going to be surprise entrants. There's been the rumors, and it's pretty much looking like it's going to happen that Triple H will be in this match probably around 29-30. You know Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar will be at the end of this match. While I say some have said this match is not as predictable as in the past, I disagree. And here's why. There's only about 4 names, 5 maybe. You got Jericho, you got Lesnar, you got Reigns, Triple H. That's pretty much it that could legit win this match, barring someone big gets brought into this match, which this Rumble needs. You got the social outcasts running around talking about they're going to win it. You know, Adam Rose and freaking Heath Slater and Bo Dallas and Curtis Axel. I mean, no one's going to take that serious. They're building up Bray Wyatt to look like this threat. I think the only reason he's in it is, as I was talking about earlier, a possible Brock versus Wyatt feud at WrestleMania. The logical course would be to put the title on Triple H and let Roman chase him. You could set up your Brock versus Reigns rematch. You could do it at Fastlane. Then you could set up and that could lead into Bray screwing over Brock and allowing him to go face him at Mania. This could help set up a Jericho match. So yeah, the logical thing to do is allow Bray, I'm sorry, my brain, I'm getting confused, so many things coming through at once. It would be allow Triple H to win this. Let him come in at the end and let him win it. However, I think this is predictable. And a lot of people are saying, oh, this is going to be because Triple H is going to win this. No other point. There's no other way that they can go with this. If you've looked at how they've pushed Roman Reigns, how they've done everything short of calling him a god, I think they're going to have Roman Reigns win this match. If he does, you're going to see rants all over YouTube. The YWC is going to blow up and heads are going to explode. Because no one wants Roman Reigns to win this match. Everybody knows Roman Reigns does not deserve to win this match. We all know this. But WWE and the stupid fucking idiotic people in creative writing are going to say, what would Vince want us to do? Oh, I know. Let's suck his cock. Let's make Roman Reigns win this, and then everyone will love Roman. Oh, hey, woo! Roman overcame the odds. Yay! No. That's stupid. That's dumb. This is the dumbest thing they could do. What needs to happen is you need to go ahead and throw this either on Triple H or you need to throw this on Brock. No one could legitimately, the way you have built Brock up over the last 2 years, can beat him. You've built him up to be such a beast. It has to take more than one guy to eliminate Brock Lesnar. Triple H, with everything that the Authority and Vince McMahon have thrown at Reigns, Triple H, will have to be the guy to say, I have to step up. I have to do this. I'm going to be number 30. No one's going to know I'm in this. So for me, I honestly, I don't know who to pick. I really don't, because I feel like they're going to put the belt on Roman Reigns. I do. But logic in my head says Triple H. And to me, I think I'd really like to see Triple H. I would want to see Triple H as the champion one more time because there is no one else. There's no one else. Let me touch on something else. The rumors about AJ Styles and the Bullet Club and Nakamura possibly showing up. Okay, it's already been told Nakamura's got dates through January. He's not going to make it. Luke Gallows, Doc Gallows, he's been cleared. AJ has been cleared. They can compete. Now, I was hearing the WWE, and I heard this through JD from New York 206. JD from NY 206. It's on YouTube. I will even put a link to his video in the description. Go watch it. Dudes, he's beast. He's beast. He's the reason I've wanted to start doing this. He got me into wanting to do this. Go watch his video. But JD pointed out that AJ Styles, putting him in this is a bad idea. And I agree with him. And I agree with him because of all the reasons he said. You're going to get a pop, but you're going to waste an opportunity for an impact to happen. Now, I'm not going to take credit for what he said, and WWE can do it however they want. But I agree, wait till WrestleMania. You want a real impact? Wait till WrestleMania is come and gone and bring him in. I do not believe AJ Styles will be in this Royal Rumble match tonight. I do not. I also don't think you'll see anyone in the Bullet Club. I don't know who they're going to pull. Maybe we'll get a surprise and The Undertaker will be in this. That'd be awesome. Someone was even talking about Seth Rollins is 4 months ahead of schedule on his recovery. That's fantastic. Maybe we'll see him by Mania. You won't see him in this match. Anyone who's been putting that rumor out there, no. You're not going to see Randy Orton. I don't know who they'll pull, but it better be something big. Otherwise, don't call this the Royal Rumble. Call it the Jobber Rumble. Seriously. Hashtag Jobber Rumble. I'll say Triple H is going to win this Rumble. I've thought about it through this rant that I'm on. Triple H wins this Rumble. Now, I also told you guys that I wanted to do something. Now that I've gotten my thoughts of the Royal Rumble and who I think will win, I wanted to talk about my 10 favorite Royal Rumble matches, starting from the first one to this one. 10 that I picked out based upon the reasons I found them to be memorable. And someone might disagree with me. Some of you will agree. Leave it in the comments. I'm curious to know what everyone else thinks. So this is my top 10 Royal Rumble matches. I have it wrote down because I'm not too smart. I don't remember everything very well. My number 10 is the 1994 Royal Rumble match. That Rumble was the second Rumble to ever be held that the winner was to receive a championship match at WrestleMania. And that year happened to be the year that was the 10th Mania being at Madison Square Garden. So this was an important match for all those guys who were in this match. This match ended with a dual winner. You had Bret Hart and Lex Luger, and Luger was in the middle of a push where they were trying to make him the next Hulk Hogan, and Bret was coming off of losing the title the year before, and he was having issues with his brother Owen at the time. Both men went over the top rope. Those guys, kudos to them, both feet for both men hit the floor at the exact same time. There was craziness that was ensuing, and they ended up coming out and just saying, you know what? Dual winners. You're both going to Mania. Both men went on to Mania. Luger lost to Yokozuna. Bret wrestled Owen in a classic WrestleMania match and went on to defeat Yoko and regain his title. It was a good moment. My number 9 WrestleMania moment. I'm sorry. I'm starting to think of WrestleMania. My number 9 Royal Rumble match of all time is the 2000 Royal Rumble. It was dubbed as the most star-studded Royal Rumble in history. And it included men like The Rock and The Big Show. You had Hardcore Holly, Chris Jericho, Chyna. You had Val Venis. I mean, and Godfather. It was a good match. It had a lot of guys in it. You had the British Bulldog in it. And this was the first Rumble since Austin had won that you didn't have Austin involved. He was out with his neck injury and recovering. He had just had surgery at the time. So they were trying, it was when they were pushing The Rock. This was, I believe, around the time when The Rock was at the height of his popularity during the Attitude Era. And this match ended in controversy when Rock and Big Show went over the ropes and Big Show hit the ground, but it looked like Rock's feet touched first. And that led to them having a rematch at No Way Out, in which Big Show won, and that led to the Fatal 4-Way at WrestleMania 2000. Probably not one of the best WrestleManias ever, but the match itself was okay. You ended up getting Mick Foley involved in the match, and that was good. So I like it because of what they attempted to do. That's what made it so memorable for me. In the Attitude Era, it was definitely one of the better Royal Rumbles, aside from the 98, which was, to me, the best Rumble of that era. Moving on to my number 8. That would be the 2005 Royal Rumble match. You almost ended up with a 94 repeat with Batista and Cena, wherein both men hit the floor. But Vince McMahon decided, no, I'm not going to do this. So he came out and says, no, we're doing this and we're restarting this. And Batista ultimately ended up winning. That's what made it so memorable for me, because you wanted both men to win, and you had other guys in it that potentially could have won. You know, Shawn Michaels was in the match. That started a feud with Kurt Angle that year. You know, and that Royal Rumble match launched Batista and Cena into superstardom. Both men went on to WrestleMania. Both men went on to win world championships. And the rest is history. You saw how their careers played out. Cena, 15-time world champion now. All because of that one Royal Rumble match. Let's talk about the number 7 one. The 2002 Royal Rumble. Austin, Undertaker, Triple H, Kurt Angle, Kane. Freaking the names that came in to that Rumble. There was a lot of really good talent in that Rumble. That was the Rumble Triple H was coming off of his quadriceps surgery. He had just returned at Madison Square Garden. And, oh, you know what? That was the Rumble Maven eliminated The Undertaker and then got destroyed. Very bad. Moving on. So, Triple H, and it came down to him and to Kurt Angle. Austin should have won. Austin got screwed. This was in the decline of Austin, honestly. This is when I think he was really starting to lose his fizz, his passion for this company and for this job. But Triple H, he went on to win it, and that's what made it so memorable, because of the fact that Triple H, after everything that happened, real life, was able to come back and to win the Rumble. It was predictable. You knew it was going to happen, but you didn't care at the time, because you were riding a high of Triple H being the man now. So moving on, number 6, the 2010 Royal Rumble. To me, what makes this memorable is it was the last Rumble that you didn't know who was going to win. It was the last Rumble where I really felt like there was a lot of star power in this match. And you came down to John Cena and Edge. Edge had came off of his Achilles surgery and was looking to win the World Heavyweight Championship. And they were heading into WrestleMania in Phoenix, which was going to be his last. or was going to be Shawn Michaels last. And Edge won. And I remember watching that Rumble. And I remember feeling legit happy for him because Edge was supposed to be the guy who can do something. So you're finally able to see Edge add something else to his list of accomplishments. King of the Ring. And he became one of the only few guys who would be able to win both King of the Ring and Royal Rumble. That list being Stone Cold Steve Austin, Brock Lesnar, Edge. And I think there are a few more. I'd have to honestly look that up. But Triple H is one of those guys. So Sheamus, I mean, Sheamus hadn't at the time, but, you know, at the time, I think it was just the four of them. I don't know. I should have came prepared to if I was going to bring that up, but you know what? It's a long day. I'm just ready to watch this match. Okay? So yeah, Edge being able to join that short list of people, it made it great. And this has a special place in my heart. The fifth one, the 2006 Royal Rumble. We had just suffered the passing of Eddie Guerrero. And WWE was in a weird place at the time. You were having the brand extension going on. And the most of unlikely situations that could have ever happened in a Royal Rumble match where you had Triple H, Randy Orton, Chris Benoit, Booker T, Big Show, John Cena. Was he in that? I don't remember for sure. No, he was facing Edge. There was a lot of guys in this Rumble that should have been pointed out as winners. Kane was in this even. And you had little Rey Mysterio entering at number 2 against Triple H. He went from beginning to end, coming down to just Triple H, Orton, and Mysterio. And I wrote this down. He set the record for the longest time ever in a Royal Rumble at 1 hour, 6 minutes. 1 hour and 6 minutes. He set the record. And he won that Royal Rumble. Dedicated it to Eddie Guerrero. Viva la Raza. The whole thing. It was legitimately, this was a special moment. Not just as a wrestling fan, but as a person and as a fan of wrestling in general. Even if you were just a Rey Mysterio fan, it was a beautiful moment because the little guy won. And then Rey Mysterio was able to go on to WrestleMania and to live his dream. Even if it was for a short period of time, Rey can say that he was a main eventer at WrestleMania and he was a Royal Rumble winner. And that's why this is on that list for me, because it has such a special place in my heart watching that and seeing that. It was beautiful. Number 4. This one was memorable. The two old dogs. You know, Triple H had just get injured, so they put Shawn Michaels into a weird place. He's like, you know what? I'm going to win the Royal Rumble, and I'm going to face John Cena at WrestleMania, and I'm going to win the WWE Championship. Well, it came down to Undertaker, Randy Orton, Shawn Michaels, and Edge. They got Edge and Orton out, ready to RKO, out of the ring, and you had a good 15 minutes of Undertaker and Shawn Michaels. Hadn't seen it since 1998. Those two men went at it, and it was art. It was beautiful. And The Undertaker went on to win, being the first man ever to enter at number 30 and to win this match. Seeing those two men made it such a memorable Royal Rumble match. I honestly believe it was the best finish ever in a Royal Rumble. But it still isn't my number 1. My number 3 Royal Rumble match of all time, the 1992. That was the first and the only time till this point that the WWE World Championship was defended or was competed for. Let me say this, competed for in a Royal Rumble. This is the first time that the men were going for that title. It was vacant at that time. Now you have Roman Reigns defending it. It is history. But Ric Flair, from number 3 I wrote this down. Where are we at? He was in it for 1 hour and 2 seconds. From number 3 to the end. With Hogan distracting Sid, Rick pushed him over the top rope. And that's what makes this such a memorable WrestleMania. Royal Rumble. Because it was for the championship and it had never been done before. And Ric Flair, the Nature Boy, the man who claimed himself to be the real World Heavyweight Champion, he won it all. Had one of the best post-match interviews of all time. This is one of JD's favorites. Again, go watch JD's video. I have a link to his video down below. And I think he has his top 3 Royal Rumble moments. I promise you that's in his top 3. But number 2, the 2001 Royal Rumble. I am a Stone Cold Steve Austin fan, and I have been since the start of my time watching wrestling. I've been watching it since 1998. I've been watching it for 18 years. I mean, my God, it's 2016. I've been watching this for 18 years, man. I know my wrestling. I love wrestling. I have a passion for wrestling. That's why I want to do these videos. I want to share that passion with people. And watching Stone Cold Steve Austin, after coming back from his neck surgery, after being beat up by Triple H as he was entering the ring, bloodied and beaten, still got in it, still won it, won his 3rd Royal Rumble match. That's all I need to say. Austin 316, 3rd Royal Rumble win. Went on to WrestleMania, faced The Rock in Houston, one of the largest crowds ever. That's what makes this memorable. My number 1 all-time Royal Rumble match. And it's only because of these 2 men. The British Bulldog and Shawn Michaels. They started the match. They ended the match. Shawn Michaels, 1 foot touching the floor. You all know this moment. Became the first man to enter at number 1 and to win it all. Sadly, he didn't win the title at WrestleMania because they still wanted Diesel to be the champion. But a hell of a performance by both the Bulldog, rest in peace, and the Heartbreak Kid. Shawn Michaels was at the peak of his performancing, despite whatever he had going on in the back. I don't care. Those 2 men made it such a great match. Being able to start and to finish. It never happened before, and it's never happened since. They're the only 2 guys to be number 1 and number 2, and to finish as the last 2. So, with all that out of the way, thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, hit that like button at the bottom. Tonight's the Royal Rumble. I will be watching that. And then I will be doing a review, and it will be up tonight, shortly after the Rumble's over, sometime before midnight, Central Standard Time. So, you can subscribe to our channel, Yo Bros Gaming and Reviews. Hit the sub button down there. Follow us, hit the thing so you can be notified every time that we post a video. You can follow us on Twitter. You can follow us on the PlayStation Network. We're setting up a Twitch account. We're possibly going to start doing game streams on there. We have so many videos you can watch to enjoy. So if you like this, once again, hit that like button. All the information you need to know to follow us is down below. Thank you. God bless America. And I will see you all later tonight. Bye-bye.